Shabbat Shalom. Shalom. Shalom to you, O Yashar'al, set apart nation, awakening unto the will of the Almighty Father's plan. Welcome to you, my brothers, my sisters, those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father Yahuah, and who realize that we cannot come to the Father except by Yahusha Mashiach. It is time, O Yashar'al, it is time to begin to acknowledge the drawing power of the Most High Father Yahuah. It is time to lift up Yahusha Mashiach and witness him drawing us to him, as a result drawing us together. Welcome to the Inward Man. This is the 38th installment. My name is Symmanayah, and these words are a reflection of what stirs inside of me. This segment focuses on the final exodus, structure, and unity. Could the world identify a set-apart nation if we are scattered, running in all different directions with all different types of belief and division among us? I think not. Could we witness the fulfillment of end-time prophecies if we are fragmented, if we are not united? I think not. So, can we agree that Yashar'al, in the final exodus, there must be unity among us, among those who are drawn to fulfill ancient old prophecy, a promise that will indeed affect the generation that is here today? O Yashar'al, there will be 144,000, as mentioned in Revelation 7, and there will be a great multitude together, made one by Yahusha Mashiach. We will understand the meaning of all that has been promised to us. All too often, we talk about the belief of a final exodus. Among those who are concerned with end times, who are watching the signs of the times, we speak of getting out of captivity. But my brothers and sisters, the time is now to recognize that Yashar'al will be made whole. The awakening that we are witnessing is real. And people are starting to ask questions, whether white or black, from many different races, from many different walks. While Yahuwah speaks to his chosen, while Yahuwah reaches to Hebrews, our Bri, he also reaches out to the Goyim, meaning other nations. It is not necessary to get caught up in all these other nationalities. Mainly what the scripture is saying is Yashar'al. Yashar'al consisting of set apart Hebrews, set apart ones, and all other nations. That's what Gentiles and Goyim mean, all other nations who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. Together we are grafted under one banner of Yashar'al. Sure, the 12 distinct tribes are mentioned in Revelation 7th chapter, but ultimately all 12 tribes will be under one banner, a banner of Yashar'al, and we will see unity rise among us. With that said, movement is coming, no doubt. We understand that there must be a situation where we find ourselves coming out of captivity and going to that safe place, that set apart mountain that the Almighty Father has set for us and prepared for us. Located within the northwest quadrant of what's commonly known as Saudi Arabia, the mountain currently is named Jabal Al. This is the true Mount Sinai, O Yashar'al, and this is the place in this region shall Yashar'al gather for the final days. But it will not happen in an instant, and I say this often. It's a process. It takes time. If we start looking at the time it takes and realize that we're close to that hour of movement, then just maybe we'll begin to realize the work that is necessary to move from place to place until we reach that final destination. It's time to discern the realities. Let me share some scriptures with you, my brothers and sisters, this Shabbat. John 6:12 and 13 say, and when they were filled, he said to his taught ones, gather the broken pieces that are left over so that none gets wasted. So they gathered them and filled 12 baskets with broken pieces of 5 barley loaves, which were left over by those who had eaten. It says, so they gathered them and filled 12 baskets. I submit to you, though this is talking about it literally, what happened after Yahusha fed the multitude. But if we seek to discern the water and the life in the words, we'll see that endless life can be received from these words. If one were to look and discern, we'll see that Yashar'al that has been fragmented as a result of people feasting off our scriptures, as a result of people eating recklessly, they have left the truth scattered and fragmented in the face of many different religions. We can find fragments of truth, fragments of set apartness. But we see in this literal sense, it was the Mashiach that ordered his taught ones to gather those fragments. And we see 12 baskets filled with the broken pieces. I submit to you, O Yasharal, there is also a living message in here saying that at the bequest, at the living orders of our sovereign, our King Yahusha Mashiach, we are told to gather the fragments. Gather the truth together, for we will fitly be joined and made whole, O Yasharal. And we will see out of that gathering that there will be 12 tribes. 12 tribes. And we will be filled with the Spirit of the Most High, working in us, through us, among us. We will see Yasharal become made whole. And we will see all those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father are indeed made one with an awakening nation. Ephesians 4th chapter, it reads as follows. I call upon you, therefore, I, the prisoner of the Master, to walk worthily of the calling which you were called, with all humility and meekness, with patience, bearing with one another in love, being eager to guard the unity of the Spirit in the bond of peace, one body, one spirit, as you also were called in one expectation of your calling, one master, one belief, one immersion, one Almighty One and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all. Here we see Shalum is speaking initially to the fellowship, the camp at Ephesus. But I submit to you, it goes beyond that. If you can discern the life in his words, it speaks to us as well, O Yasharal. Set apart, Yasharal. For there are Yasharal who are wicked and evil. There are Yasharal who have no intentions. If you doubt that, ask yourself, how did we get in the condition? What led to the curses in Deuteronomy 28? You see, so there are the set apart Yasharal awakening unto obedience and true worship. And there are the wicked ones. Just as there are other nations or Gentiles or Goyim who are wicked, and there are some who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father. And it is those who seek to do the will of the Almighty Father that have become our brothers, our sisters. Reading on, Ephesians 7. 4th chapter, verse 7. I'm continuing reading the 4th chapter of Ephesians, my brothers and sisters. But to each one of us favor was given according to the measure of the gift of Messiah. That is why it says, when he went up on high, he led captivity captive and gave gifts to men. But what does he went up mean, except that he also first went down into the lower parts of the earth? He who went down is also the one who went up far above all the heavens to fill all, and he himself gave some as emissaries, some as prophets, and some as evangelists, and some as shepherds and teachers, for the perfecting of the set apart ones, to work of service, to a building up of the body of the Messiah, until we all come into the unity of the belief and of the knowledge of the Son of the Almighty One, to a perfect man, to the measure of the stature of the completeness of Messiah, so that we should no longer be children tossed and borne about by every wind of teaching, by the trickery of men and cleverness unto the craftiness of leading astray, but maintaining the truth in love, we grow up in all respects into him who is the head Messiah, from whom the entire body, joined, knit together by what every joint supplies, according to the workings by which each part does its share, causes growth of the body for the building up of itself in love. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, we are many members. We have been in fragments, but as we are being awakened, we will find ourselves coming together in agreement, those who will fulfill the final exodus. Amos 3:3 says, would two walk together without having met? And depending on what translation, it would say, can two walk together except they agree? And some will say, well, you need to look at what the modern Hebrew says. They don't tell you the original Hebrew, because the original Hebrew were pictures. They'll say, let's look at the original Hebrew. Whether it say having met or agreed. How can you meet unless you agreed on where your footsteps took you that brought you to meet? How can you walk together unless there was some agreement? You see, if you get to the seed of the matter, my brothers and sisters, it's not so much the word as it is the function. For man has tampered with words and language. And as a result, man tried at one time to make something out of himself beyond what the Most High had intended. And they went during the time when there was one pure lip trying to build a tower. Many have heard the story of the Tower of Babel. But I don't want to go off on there, my brothers and sisters. I want to let's think about the real things necessary for a final exodus. Let's think about and pray about how structure and unity is a necessity. Moses didn't walk alone. Are you aware that Moses went before the elders? It was not just Moses and Aaron, that he was instructed by the Most High to go to the elders. If you doubt these words, consider Exodus chapter 3, verse 14 through 17. Exodus chapter 3, verse 14 through 17. And the Almighty One said to Moshe, I am that which I am. And he said, thus you shall say to the children of Yashar'al, I am has sent me to you. And the Almighty One said further to Moshe, thus you are to say to the children of Yashar'al, Yahuah, the Almighty of your fathers, the Almighty of Abraham, the Almighty of Isaac, the Almighty of Jacob, have sent me to you. This is my name forever. This is my remembrance to all generations. Go and you shall gather the elders of Yasharal together and say to them, Yahuah, the Almighty One, your fathers, the Almighty One of Abraham, of Isaac, of Jacob, appeared to me, saying, I have indeed visited you and seen what is done to you in Mitzrayim. And I say, I am bringing you up out of the affliction of Mitzrayim to the land of Canaanite and the Hittite and the Amorite and Pezerite, Perezite and Herite and Jebusite, to a land flowing with milk and honey. You see, Moses, Musha, he was directed to go to the elders. And just as he went to the elders and the elders participated in spreading the word of what the Most High was about to do, so will we witness in the final days. Many people talk about the two witnesses of Revelation that's mentioned in the 11th chapter of Revelation, and they talk about just the ministry of the two witnesses. I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, the two witnesses are on the planet. Though their full ministry has not been made widespread and obvious to us, contrary to what many will believe, these are not two individuals beamed down from heaven or shamanim. These are two individuals that will grow to an age, to a time, to a point where they must execute the things that they have been ordered to do. I believe that they are currently walking the planet, but the fullness of their ministry has yet to be revealed. But just as Musha was ordered to go to the elders and speak to the elders before leading Yashar'al out of captivity as directed by the Most High, so will we witness the two witnesses of Revelation work with elders. If you are trusting in the text, my brothers and sisters, then you will think that the two witnesses' only job is to breathe fire, cause plagues and earthquakes and the death of others, and just preach in the streets of Jerusalem. But if you look at the life in the text and you see that the Most High does not change, then you will know that he raises up individuals and servants and guide them through the ministries that he orders of them. Pray and watch. You may be one of the elders that are being refined and disciplined to have the strength and fortitude to walk in obedience and confirm the actions of the two witnesses, confirm the actions of other elders, to confirm the actions of Yasharal, awakening and being drawn together in unity. My brothers and sisters, there's no doubt that we are scattered across the four corners of the earth. I'm compelled to believe that in due season we will witness habitable places begin to roll up like a scroll, as I have mentioned in times past. In recent months, I'm compelled to believe that the area known as the Ring of Fire will be a major contributing factor to forcing migrations back to the region where life began. I have mentioned how I believe that life began in the Garden of Eden, and so will it return to the same region. Again, do not misinterpret what I'm saying as saying I'm saying man is going back to the Garden of Eden. I said to the region, to the area where life began. Someone will misinterpret these words, I know. For wickedness is real, for I know the flesh war against the spirit. But what I am saying is that man will return back to the region where life began. We will find that the habitable places on this planet will roll up like a scroll, death and destruction as a result of the great tribulation. We will find that the Ring of Fire is where the beginning of destruction will become more formed, such that we will see it will force man back to that region as we begin to see earthquakes and volcanoes and fire erupt, beginning from the Ring of Fire, going outward, pushing man, men, women, and children who would be yet physically alive, killing many. If you doubt this, study about the tribulation, my brothers and sisters. The great tribulation brings about death and destruction, death of billions of people. The Most High's plan is real, and it is unfolding before our very eyes. We are witnessing the deterioration of governments and nations. We are witnessing the deterioration of our planet. We are witnessing a demonstration of how we can see a new earth. If you doubt that, look around, my brothers and sisters, whether you see any long-term massive volcano spewing lava. It would not take much research to see in Hawaii right now, they say as a result of the lava flow and Kilauea flowing lava, that it has created a new island have formed. You see, the Most High has given us a taste of what it means by a new earth. Now, end times say there will be earthquakes in diverse places. Where there are earthquakes, I submit to you, O Yashar'al, there will be volcanoes. Where there are volcanoes, I submit to you, there will be lava. Molten lava. So this is a taste of what it would appear to be necessary to bring about a new earth. The scripture never said the whole entire planet will be destroyed. It talks about the earth being destroyed and consumed in fire. And I mentioned in times past that this is talking about all that is outside the core of the planet. We will see a new earth. And I believe what is known as the rapture, caught up in the clouds, is where the Most High, at the end of the last trump, lifts us up, transforming us at the blink of an eye, while the earth is renewed and purged by the fire and power of earthquakes and volcanoes. We will see a new earth as it's described in the scriptures. And I had mentioned how you will find the scriptures that say the earth is forever. And there's a difference between the entire planet and parts of a planet. But like I said, O Yashar'al, words can trip us up. Academic prowess can trip us up. Our own wisdom can trip us up. Not discerning what the Most High means, not discerning what he is saying, can be a dangerous thing. O Yashar'al, my brothers and sisters, know this. In order for there to be structure and unity, there will be leadership. There will be give and take. And I'm not talking about compromise. I'm saying being humble and yielding to what is right, what is true, what is set apart. There will be movement. That means traveling, my brothers and sisters. We will not be able to continue to just sit. We will not be able to just occupy each day and consume time. Soon and very soon, O Yashar'al, for some, the movement have begun, but I am compelled to believe there will be a mass number of people directed, ordered, refined, and brought together in unity under the banner of Yashar'al, directed by the power and might of the Almighty Father Yahuah, sent in Yahusha's name. Watch, O Yashar'al. There are people moving in place right now. Some are moving to places they say, I don't know why I'm moving here. I haven't discovered it, but I had to come. And as I stated before, I believe Yashar'al in the Western Hemisphere will one day gather in mass in the area known as the Commonwealth of Virginia or the state of Virginia before traveling across the seas to the region where the set-apart mountain is currently. I believe that Yashar'al from other nations' borders will find themselves moving to the borders that closest, that points towards that set-apart mountain. But as for me, O Yashar'al, I am compelled to believe my words are to go out to you, to recognize the time to discuss how we would move, when we would move, should we move now. Each of us will know, for the Most High does not fail. He will not fail. And what he's promised to do will come to be. So therefore it is he Abba Yahuah, he the Almighty One, he who is the beginning and the end, that knows what it takes to bring his children together. And we will witness obedience come before the drawn, the ordered, the chosen of the Almighty Father. Until next time, O Yashar'al, the final exodus, structure and unity. It will bring about disappointment, for we will see that some will not be partakers of this final exodus. It will bring about heartache and pain. We will witness death and destruction. We will witness coming together and embracing. And there will be times of shouting and singing hallelujah. And we will grow to recognize that our comfort, my brothers and sisters, come from understanding what must and will be done. Our comfort will come in knowing that our redemption draws near. I pray, O Yashar'al, that each of us are in good health, with a sound mind, with a growing spirit in maturity and set apartness. I pray that each of us are going to discern the life and what the Most High is saying to us, his children. Pray, O Yashar'al, until next time. Be encouraged. Our redemption is drawing near. The realities of what's necessary to bring about unity have begun. And we will see structure among the final gathered. Until next time, Shalom, Shalom, Shalom.